My name is Jye Lin, and I'm the founder of Unigym. I start this company actually we start to run our online service in 2019, and then we use the technology which is based on AI and AR technology, and under the 5G and cloud structure to start the business. And I myself, I was trained in UK, and then start to working in London as well as in Tokyo. And after that, I start to move back to Asia and start my company. We launch our service in Taiwan first, and then now move to the rest of the Asia, including China and Singapore, Hong Kong, etc. And then that's my background. I am an computer graphic architect. So that's why we have a lot of gaming and a lot of effects, etc. involved. So that's roughly my background. Working for an NGO called Sport and Health Foundation, and previously. And during that period of time, we realized that there is a demand from the campus, especially university campus. We realized that students, they have a lot of sport classes, and which are kind of boring, and the teachers are very tiring because there are so many classes and they have to do the demo. And so we decided to use technology to make the class really interesting and really interactive. So we start from our first generation of services called Unigym. And that the main function of that is really try to make this the sport class very and very with this gamification and social the social networking effects, etc. And so we'll really try to generate a new generation of interactivity and gamification type of sport class. And that's how we started. And I think this kind of mindset has all the way through our product developments. So no matter how many generation product, actually we are already evolved into the fourth generation of product already. And in every generation of product, we always have the focus on these issues. I try to make the exercise really affordable, fun, and really effective and interactive. Well, actually, we are still a very young company. We dare not to say we have a huge achievement. But I think being a startup, I think we have a relatively done a good job, because we have already signed up the leading telecom operator in Taiwan, the leading operator in China, the leading operator in Singapore and Hong Kong. And we already provide the services through the operators to actually a huge number of people, because you can see, because operator has most of the population users in each country and regions. So what our achievement is really working with our partners, provide them this kind of enable platform, or we so-called the SaaS platform, and make the interactive exercise become very easy to be deployed and through our services. So on the other hand, through our platform, on the one hand, we help the people to using this to enjoy their exercise at any time and anywhere with the interactivity and gamification effects. And on the other side, we also help the trainers from all over the world. They can really, we help them to convert their traditional video contents into sport games. and that is the really help them to increase the possibility to obtain extra revenue or revenue stream or incomes for them. And I think that is we acting a middle agent, an enabler, put this way. For one hand is the user, the other hand is the coaches. Okay, I think one very typical features for Unigym is we require almost no extra hardware devices to deploy our services. Simply mobile phone, set-top box, and even a smart TV can using our services. So it's very easy to be used anywhere in the world, especially in Southeast Asia. People are used to using various type of devices like mobile phone or cable set-top box. So the potential market is huge there. And the second thing is the during the pandemic time, people cannot really go anywhere. So because in use this very easy or low entry barrier hardware requirement services, so they can doing exercise actually in their living room, in their offices, or any locations or any venues they think appropriate for them. And then through these services supported by all the telecom operators in each country or region markets, I think this part is also very have a very good potential to working with the Southeast Asia countries. Yeah, that is a very good question. Well, I have to say yes, Miro or Peloton, they are definitely very good solutions as well. But I think the main difference is they will require much higher entry barriers. For example, you need to purchase the Miro first. You need to purchase a cycle first before you can start to doing the exercise using a Miro or Peloton or any other hardware-based, even Xbox. You need to buy a console first. And so we are using Unigym's solution. We simply using all the device you already have, like mobile phone or like the set-top box freely provided by telecom operators, or the TV set you already have in your living room. So or even other AIoT. And so basically we have a much lower entry barrier and everybody can easily deploy our services, unlike other solutions. And secondly is from the content side. Because we have a feature we so-called decentralized content creation or content development systems. So we actually aggregate various contents from content for elderly people to for children's, not to mention for young ladies or working people, professionals. We can actually adapt very type of content for various people because we are aggregation platforms for contents from all over the world. In this part is like a little bit YouTube. However, after they upload their content, then we will be using our mechanism, our AI content creation mechanism to convert the content into gamification and social networking features with social networking features like live talking and etc. So this kind of a decentralized content development system is very different from others like Miro or Peloton or other people. They actually produce content by themselves. So in this way, easy to understand that we can generate huge amount of content in very short period of time, and we can upgrade the content very frequently. And so people from all over the world different group of people or different class of people, they can actually choose whatever they want from our content library. So the inventory, the content base, the database is huge, and so people can easily choose whatever they like. Of course, we can also record. We can help the users to create their personal account and also give them interactive, real-time feedback. I think that is another thing, which is the way we used to measure the people's posture correctness, and it is slightly different from the other product or services. So we actually working with some university to generate professional teaching, practice, and exam systems for them to teach the class, the sport class, much more accurate and subjective. So that's I think that is something we are different from the existing devices required solutions. As people can understand, like my personal experience, I spend huge amount of money to join a gym and a health club, but actually I perhaps I only go there like 3 times a year. So actually, it's very really regret and to do so, but everyone still understand they have to do exercise. They have to do exercise to keep them healthy. So what I think is the exercise itself has a little bit kind of anti-human factors within this kind of activities. So people always have reason to say I go tomorrow, something like that, you know. So what we try to solve is that what we think is if we can using the game factors to attract people, they may be a solution for that, because you know there are millions and millions and millions of people devoted into the game industry, and so many people playing games. Why they do this is because the game has its very essential significant attractions, such like competition, score, achievements, social networking, etc. So what we try to do is we try to combine or merge this kind of factors, the gamification factors, into exercise or sport. So in this way, we believe it will have a more powerful attractions for people and help them to continue and constantly doing exercise. So that's why I think the bringing the gamification into the sport industry, I think is very important, and that has become the main objective for Unity to do so. So we always try to make this our fitness content very interesting, and when people look at the screen, they intend to start to move, following the screen, following the content, follow the teacher, and get their scores, and they can compete in real times and create a social networking, etc. I think that is something can really help people to do exercise, and that is the reason why we think the gamification is important. I think that is very important things is we don't think the virtual fitness content can really replace the actual offline gym or training classes, because they are different levels. For example, people cannot for the beginners, they can using our virtual training class in any time and anywhere, and then they can actually starting from a very fundamental level, and play and doing the exercise with fun. However, if they want to start to go more advanced into a middle or high class of trainings, I think the real trainers is going to be very important. So what we try to think is that we will actually working very closely with all the trainers. And actually we are helping all the trainers to attract more beginners, students or users, for them to understand the class and for them to start to join the class. And after that, we can help the coaches we can help the students to assess the different coaches, and all the as a consequence, all the coaches can actually receive more students than ever before. They can show their class and have a much massive coverage for their contents. So therefore, we think we are actually helping each other and become very complementary to each other for the online and offline classes to join together. And that's actually what we try to achieve. Unigym will enable you to do exercise at any time and anywhere. So enjoy the game.